Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join me for this video where I will be doing what I eat in 2 days. Today, following Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss, eating 50-50 plates, and tomorrow, following Dr. McDougall's The Starch Solution. So I've been following Dr. McDougall and his programs for over a year now. I would also recommend his book, The Healthiest Diet on the Planet. And what I've discovered is that when I'm following the principles of the Starch Solution or the healthiest diet on the planet, it's pretty effortless for me to maintain my weight. And then if I'm following Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss and eating 50-50 plates, I find that I can lose weight. I have also discovered that if even the smallest amount of oil creeps back into my diet, that the weight loss completely stops and my weight might start going back up. If you've been following me at all over the last year, you've seen me go out of town, have vegan junk food, and get disappointed in myself and my weight loss. So I know that Dr. McDougall is right, and I know that his programs work. And so what I want to show in this video is simply the difference between when I'm doing the Starch Solution and when I'm doing Maximum Weight Loss. So I actually already meal prepped all this food, and I'll post a link to that video if you want to check that out. And this is the second video I've made like this, Starch Solution versus Maximum Weight Loss, so I'll post a link to that video as well. And without further ado, let's see what I'm having for breakfast. I personally prefer a savory breakfast, so 9 out of 10 days you'll probably find me having like potatoes and broccoli. But today I am having a slice of my lentil loaf shepherd's pie with a big pile of stir-fry veggies. I'll post a link to the lentil loaf recipe, and I went into quite a bit of detail about that in the meal prep video for this as well. The topping on the lentil loaf is half riced cauliflower and half yellow potatoes. So this half of my plate isn't completely starched. There's actually quite a bit of vegetable in the lentil loaf and then the cauliflower mixed with the mashed potato. So I'm not sure how long this is gonna keep me full. I might be eating sooner rather than later. And I like just a little bit of ketchup on the lentil loaf, and then I'm gonna do some of this black garlic seasoning on the stir-fried veggies because I didn't put any salt or anything on those. So that's breakfast. And just about time for lunch. I'm just sauteing these mushrooms that I marinated in my meal prep. And I just dumped a little bit of the marinade to cook them in. Well, hello, Ted. You're in my spot. Do you want to be in the video? As expected, it's only 2 hours later and I'm having my next meal because I didn't really think I had enough starch with my breakfast. So here's my lunch. I mentioned this in the meal prep video that I would be doing like the cauliflower mashed with some green veg and then with those sauteed mushrooms. And I like to eat those mushrooms with some A1 or some steak sauce. Since I got hungry so soon after breakfast, I decided I wanted some more starch with my lunch. So instead of just doing the mashed potatoes and cauliflower mixture, I added some of my mac and cheese and peas. So I'm going to do a little bit of that black garlic powder seasoning on the veggies, on the potatoes, maybe a little on the mushrooms. And then a little bit of steak sauce for dipping. Whoop. So that's my lunch. Good morning. It is the next day, and today I will be following the Starch Solution, but I just wanted to make a quick note about yesterday while I was following McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss. And this is something I've been figuring out over the last year or so, but it's how much food to put on my plate and how many plates of food to eat a day. Because for so long I was stuck in the mindset of 3 meals a day, and I would make those meals too big, get too full, and I'm sure I was eating too much by the end of the day. So I started really trying to learn to listen to my hunger signals, and I started finding that I felt better eating 4 plates of food a day, but then making the plates smaller so that I wasn't stuffing myself, but finding that satisfied feeling. So that is something I'm still working on and sometimes still struggle with. And so it was weird yesterday that I had my 3 plates of food and didn't need a 4th plate, because that first plate of food I had today, I was hungry like 2 hours later. But then my lunch and my dinner both kept me like full and satisfied. And I know that a part of that is that mac and cheese and peas that I made, because it's my potato cheese that's the main component of that. It's like super filling. Sorry for the ramble. Long story short, some days I eat 3 meals and some days I eat 4. But here's my breakfast today, starting out my Starch Solution day. So as I mentioned, my breakfast yesterday didn't keep me full for very long. So today I was trying to make a little bit more of a filling breakfast with a piece of my lentil loaf shepherd's pie and some of my mac and cheese and peas. So that's my breakfast. Good morning. It is the next day. I thought I was gonna have another apple last night as a snack and end this video then, but I fell asleep. As I've mentioned, I go back and forth between McDougall Maximum Weight Loss and the Starch Solution, and I feel like most of my meal preps that I've created could go for either program. If anything, I tend to not have enough green vegetable maybe in my meal prep, but that's because I always have something green in the freezer and something green in a can in the cupboard. So even if I do a big meal prep but run out of green veg, there's always something around my house. I'll pop up the little calorie density chart in case you haven't seen that before, but that's basically the concept of why I lose weight when I follow Maximum Weight Loss and maintain my weight when I follow Starch Solution, because when I'm following Maximum Weight Loss, I'm eating so much more green vegetable that has a lower calorie density. I'm taking in less calories than when I follow the Starch Solution. Another thing I learned from Dr. McDougall that I'd like to mention if you're trying to lose weight is the difference between wet starch and dry starch. I love French fries. I could eat them for every meal, but when I roast my potatoes in the oven or the air fryer, it sucks a lot of the moisture out of them. I stay full. I swear it's like twice as long when I eat mashed potatoes or some sort of potato casserole, or like that mac and cheese and peas that's made with my potato cheese. That was super filling. So actually one of my favorite things to do so that I can still enjoy my French fries is that I eat them topped with potato cheese queso. I make my potato cheese, mix it with some salsa to make a queso, and pour that on top of my French fries. So good. So thanks for stopping by my channel today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Be well.